What if we took AI and TikTok and combined them together? No, I'm not talking about AI slop, although some of it is pretty interesting. But no, this tool allows you to swipe quickly and generate new photos. It's fast, it's snappy, it's wacky. As always, I have a link in the description below, but this is a tool I covered in the past called Generative, and their newest update is just wild. As you can see here, they have like a swipe up gesture, so I just generated a picture of an eye with a galaxy in it, and I can swipe up and I can lock down one of 3 categories, and I can keep swiping to generate a new image. So I can lock in the style or the lighting or the layout. So if I said, hey, I really like the split reality layout and the gradient rim lighting, I can just click lock and then keep swiping up to generate new images with new styles. Or I can lock in all 3, the style, the lighting, and the layout, and I'll just keep generating new pictures of my eye and my galaxy, and it's like an infinite amount of generation. It is super fast and kind of fun. So imagine like TikTok where you're just kind of scrolling through. The only difference is now you're generating like an infinite amount of photos really fast, and the image generation quality is really good. I think it's important to point out that what you're watching is just live, it's real time, so that's just literally me just swiping through and images are generating that quickly, but it gets better. When you go to your profile, you can actually see all the different images that you generated, so even while you're using the TikTok styled swipe generation, which generates the images ridiculously fast, it actually saves every single image to your profile, so you can go back and say, hey, I really liked this one here, let me use it. So you don't lose anything as you're swiping, so you can just kind of keep swiping, enjoy it, and then always go back and pick out the one you like. And again, while we're on the desktop version, we can hit swipe and we can click down and we can keep swiping with the same exact style and same exact effect that I showed you before, but on my phone, but now it's on the desktop. And I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but you can see it is pretty good, and it's part of generation. I'm just kind of doing this live. Because of how fast this app is, you have really cool profiles like this, which have generated and created 7.6 thousand things, but you'll notice that they've remixed 1.6 thousand, and that is because as a user viewing anyone's profile or anywhere on the app, anywhere on GenTube, you can actually click any of these things and remix it. So say we want to remix this one here, and this looks pretty cool. We can hit play and we can just start playing and adding blocks, so we can say, hey, let's make this photorealistic, and we're going to remix the photo that they just generated. So we can just do that again, and then we can say like, hey, ocean of clouds, and we're remixing their app. But we can also swipe their creation, so we can just keep clicking down, and again, I don't know what happened there. Hold on, let's go back up. Maybe the lighting, let's just try that again. And let's see. All right, that's a lot better. So now we're kind of swiping the same effects, and it's just going to keep generating downwards. That's pretty cool. And now we can go to my profile and you can see all the images we just generated, and we have access to all of them still. So this profile here is all like nightmare horror stuff, and you can kind of scroll through, you can get a general aesthetic feel, and you can see how they're generating stuff, how they're iterating, and how they're making many versions of the same thing. And it's all using this really cool swipe feature, which is phenomenal for generation. So say you want to generate something, you want to keep iterating on it, and you want to keep generating versions of it until you get it perfect, well, you don't have anything to lose. You can just kind of keep swiping through and making versions. We have this kangaroo account here, OG Kangaroo, and you can see their aesthetic feel, which is more like artsy. And again, any of these. So say we want this one here, we can just hit swipe, and we are now able to play around with this idea with the man and the mice. So it is wild. And let's just untoggle the lighting because we want to generate new versions of that as well. And sometimes it does take a second, but you can see generally it is almost instant. Like there's no speeding up here. This is wild how fast this is. Let's look at this account here. So this one has these divas, and it's, I guess it's part of the name, but as we scroll down, you can kind of see the aesthetic feel that they're going for. And they always have like the really fancy hair. You can see where they started here, and then as we go up, you can see all the different ones that they've swiped through. And I love how community driven this app is, how we can just take something that exists and just kind of build on your own, and we're building a profile. I mentioned this in my last GenTube video, but we can go to explore, we can see what other people are creating, we can see like the octopus library or field of dreams, and we can kind of like jump into one of these categories, or we can see trending and we can see exactly what is happening, what is trending on the app. I love this aesthetic here, and we can see how it was made. And again, we can just hit play, we can start playing with it, or we can see the prompt that they used, or we can hit swipe and just keep swiping down to make different variants of this exact photo, and that is really cool. And I just find this so much fun. Like on your phone, just swiping up and down, it just feels so natural and so nice to generate all these photos, and you can just go back and see your history of all the ones that you have made. So I mean, just in this like 5 to 10 minute YouTube video, I think I've generated easily like 50 photos, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. They look really good, and GenTube's a really cool app. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I know GenTube has been active on these videos, so if you have a question, you can actually drop it in and they themselves will comment, which is pretty cool. We are on the main GenTube page. We're going to click type to create, and we're going to attempt to create a logo for the Franklin AI channel. A logo for a YouTube channel that is about AI. The channel's name is Franklin AI. And as soon as I stop typing, it will update. So we can say like use only, and then if I stop, it's gonna just update the logo. The letters, and let's see what it does. FAI. And we'll see it update. I don't know what happened to the F. I want a red theme. And we have this here. And on the right side, we can add like a subject, we can add a place, an emoji, a style. So say we want like something fisheye, we can add fisheye and it will just automatically update with fisheye, and we can toggle these on or off. So say we wanted like comic style with realism and 3D cartoon, let's see what it comes up with. I'm just kind of throwing a lot at it. So there's my FAI robot, and that's kind of cool. We can close this. It's not a great logo. That's pretty cool too. It's just not great for like a circle, but you can see how fun this is to generate this kind of stuff. And look along the bottom, we can actually just jump back and forth between all the different logos. If we come back to my profile, we can actually go to one of these logos like this one here, and we can go back to the whole swipe thing. I'm gonna untoggle all of them, so we're just gonna get a bunch of different logos. And let me just go back up. Let's start here with none of them toggled, and now we can just kind of keep swiping down until we get something that we like. And it's going to all use FAI. That is really cool. It's kind of trippy. But you can see we are just kind of scrolling through, and we're getting a ton of different logo ideas. Some of them are really good, and some of them aren't great, but you're kind of generating a infinite amount of logos really, really quickly, and you kind of get an idea of, hey, what do you like? So that one's pretty cool. It's kind of like vintage, like AOL days, and we can use that, or we can use something that looks like this, which is like a world exploding with FAI, and it's like a robot, or that one. I don't know exactly what's happening, but it's the fact that you can actually like do this so quick, and you can see in like just 60 seconds, I can probably generate 100 of these logos by just tapping down. This is just all live, real time, and that one is pretty cool. But you can see it's just real time, and it's just super, super fast. So I don't know if someone in the comments wants to track how many I've generated since I started this, since I started like generating the FAI logo, but that is an incredible amount over a short period of time. And that one is pretty cool as well. So you can like just take this, remove the moon if you wanted, crop it, modify it. We can even close out this, and we can come back here, and then we can use the paintbrush, and then we can say, hey, I want to make this more 3D cartoon, and it's going to remix the one that we just used to make it more 3D cartoon. So you saw what it was before, and now we can see the newer version of it. Needless to say, this tool is incredible. If you guys enjoy AI content, don't forget to subscribe. I cover AI on a daily basis. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It tells the algorithm you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with another AI video. AI tools.